Thank you so much for coming back. June 18th is National Sushi Day, so I just prepared this for you guys. It's a little miniature California roll and was suggested by someone quite a long time ago. So I will leave some information in the description box about who it was who suggested it. Anyhow, thank you so much, and if you like my tutorials, please give them thumbs up and share them. That helps my channel grow so much. So I'm going to make a Skinner blend going from yellow to dark green. So here is the Skinner blend going from yellow to green, and I have a roll of just the yellow in the center to make sure we don't lose too much yellow. So this is going to be the avocado for our California roll. If you get air pockets, you could just slice, smooth the air out. And so this would be our avocado. We're going to do one more Skinner blend. It's translucent with a touch of white and then a dark green. So here is the next one. And I'm going to roll these back and forth. For the crab meat, I just take some translucent and add a little bit of white, because you want it to remain partially translucent, and it's just about the right combination for the rice as well. So I'm going to take a small amount here, and then I try carefully as possible to trim it in half. And this is the crab meat portion of our little roll here. And so let me go ahead and divide our avocado in half and then quarter it. You could even add a little bit more than that if you like a lot of avocado. And then I'm dividing this up. Usually 3 is good enough to do it. So I condense it, making sure I squeeze the air bubbles out. I trim the edges. And then so this is what the inside looks like at the moment. So we spread out some black for the seaweed. And we wrap it around our little roll. I just want to get them all nice and rolled out. So here we go. I refrigerated it for a few minutes. So for this, I'm going to texture just the crab, and I'm going to place a whole bunch of holes in it. And then once you put a ton of holes in it, you can push and pull them to break them up a little bit and not have it just wholly, because you don't want it to look like a piece of Swiss cheese. And just carve out some lines to make it look like this is separate pieces coming together to form the roll, so it doesn't look quite as cane-like. I'm going to take a coral color and a little bit of a peachy color. And if you feel like you need a little bit more kick at the very edge, you could even use a almost borderline red color. You just want to make sure you get the coral. And the reason that we are doing this part now, rather than doing this part after baking, is because we don't want it to get all over the rice. We add a little bit of color along the edges. And then I add the richest colors just almost where the translucent white meets the black. So this is the two richer colors going right up along the edge. And then we're going to do rice. So I take small amounts of white, roll them out very, very thin, and then you start to chop little lengths about the length you're going to want your grains of rice. So from here, I roll it up in a ball with 2 fingers and roll it flat. And there's my little grain of rice. And then we're going to make around, my California rolls usually take about 120 grains of rice. So I am going to go through here and make all my rice, and I'll be right back to show you how to attach them. I take some translucent liquid Sculpey and I put liquid clay along the edges. I'm going to take the little pieces of rice and place them all around. So I'm going to start building them up in layers, making sure you cover all the sides. We're going to want to put them in different directions, filling up any spaces or holes. So here we are with rice all along the sides. And then I have some black micro beads by Martha Stewart, and I just kind of pour some out randomly. And I just try to get some randomly around here. Roll them into some good positions and then press gently. And then we bake it. So for those of you who haven't seen me turn these into charms before, you decide where you want your top to be and slide it straight through. So I pull it out and slide in a head pin. I bring the head pin up. I take some flat nose pliers, bend it 90-degree angle. I take, here, let me put this down here so you can see, I take my right-handed wrist holding my round nose pliers, and I have my hand backwards. See, and then all I do is flip it back up to being upright. You could use your thumb to bend it into a circle. And that's a nice little clean circle. It's not lopsided or funny. Slip the clasp on, pinch with the round nose, then I take the flat nose and wrap it around. And then I chop the rest off. And then I twist so that way it hangs the direction we want.